Good evening, everybody. I'm Valentina Castellani with the team of Joblio, and today we have with us Mr. John Gavigan, ex-CEO of a very famous technology incubator in the United States called 43 North. And now John runs Endeavor in the US still, which is a technology-focused venture capital platform. John, good evening. It's fantastic to have you with us. I know that you are in an airport waiting for the plane, which is the typical style of our international team working and operating around the world.
That's right.
So, John, you are a famously known person for turning around an entire ecosystem in Buffalo, New York, which used to be an industrial town in the US and now is a striving technological hub full of new companies, your talented people, and new ideas. You are also known for your focus on social impact enterprises. Tell us, how does technology contribute to making the world a better place to live from the social impact perspective?
Well, first of all, it's great to be with you, Valentina, and I giggle at the notion that I'm famous across the world for impact in Buffalo. Truth is, thousands of committed people really leaned in. When you're changing communities, it never solely rests on one person, right? Many people need to lean in and contribute their energies and values to ensure that communities move forward. And that's why I love the work I do. I work with very talented people supporting entrepreneurs throughout the world on 5 continents. And it's a very exciting opportunity to impact other people's lives. We always feel if we can support people and entrepreneurs to think big and go big, they'll drive impacts into their own communities, jobs and whatnot. So anyway, very blessed to do the work we're doing, and I appreciate you guys being here. Social impact, to me, it's about creating new ways to learn and interact and be together as humans. Naturally, our race is very innovative. And so we leverage technology and new platforms all over the world to drive impacts into our communities, businesses, and jobs, and the way we work together. So social impact could have an awful lot of different meanings, but I leave it to you to ask me where you want to go with it.
Of course, yes. You are a prominent member of the Joblio's boards of advisors. Was it Joblio's social impact that drew you to this company?
What drove me to the company, truthfully, is its founder, Jan Przanski. Generally, in entrepreneurs, and you've probably heard this phrase, but we like to bet on jockeys. We like to bet on the jockey, right? And Jan, and this is the jockey, and his energy and passion for solving some challenges in this particular area of need in our world was so compelling to me that when he asked me to be an advisor for his company, I graciously accepted. So normally it's the entrepreneur that we endear ourselves to and follow. When he talks about the social impact of Joblio and its potential role in migrant labor and connecting host countries with the inventory of available workforces around the world and making that a more streamlined, authentic, and high integrity experience, to me, that affects millions of lives around the world. And to me, no matter what denomination or religion you follow or what values you prescribe or subscribe to, the reality is if you have good values, you believe in companies like this because it has a direct impact on people's lives in a good way. And I'm very proud of him that he was able to build this platform.
Yes, yes, definitely such a leader in that sense. We say that a leader is leading people, but a leader is led by his own cause. And that's definitely John. Yes.
Absolutely true.
So what excites you most about Joblio?
I think it's potential. We have a saying at Endeavor, to go big and pay it forward. So the values that we live at Endeavor are so ingrained in the people that work in our organization that generally when I see entrepreneurs, I try to feel or see whether or not they embody similar values. Go big is one of them. When you have a platform technology like Joblio that potentially could impact millions of lives and countries and businesses around the world, connecting them to much needed labor,
Yes.
In a high integrity way, to me, the impact is massive. I've often said that it's the only business I've ever come across that could have $1 trillion value, because it transcends what we know today.
Yes.
The second thing, a very critical value too, is paying it forward. And I think that this type of platform puts Jan and people at the forefront of paying it forward to one another, and frankly working across communities, and integrating the interests of communities. I mean, what better way? I don't even know how you could have a better mission or vision of a life, right? To be able to employ this type of technology.
Very, very true. And the theme of immigration and labor work is so much in the news nowadays, especially with the Afghanistan crisis, that something needs to be done. Some standards needs to be set. And I'm so proud myself to work with this amazing team of people and this company. So talking about friendship, I know your flight is about to board. I have the last question. In fact, that we spoke a little bit about your friendship with John and with Michael Schwartzman, the two founders of the company. And I know, of course, that John is particularly your dear friend. And in your opinion, which character traits and which personal histories of Joblio's founders and also Joblio's team members make Joblio so exceptional? What's your perspective in that?
Last time I was traveling, I'll start with Michael first. When I got to know Michael at first, this is the best example I can come up with, I think, because it so relates to your question. Michael and I were in the airport and we were talking. I said, why Joblio? He's like, honestly, he goes, I've done so many financial technology businesses and and they've impacted businesses and it's great. He goes, I love what I do. He goes, Joblio is more of like a mission. He goes, it's really the first time that I've ever felt that I'm a part of a company that could have a massive social impact. Yes. And he goes, as I get older, like it's becoming more and more important that the things that I do, the technologies that I invest in, ultimately have an impact on the world we live in. Yes. And it was at that moment that I realized this is a person that you want in your foxhole. I felt what he was saying. It wasn't just words, but the authenticity with which he described his passion for the business meant something to me. And I knew at that moment that I wanted to be a part of it. Jan, as you explained, is a very good friend of mine. And there's so many qualities that Jan possesses that it's almost hard to even reflect on one. But he has an uncommon gift to generate energy. Yes. Even walking down the street, his presence is so electrifying and effervescent that it would be surprising to me that Jan couldn't accomplish anything that he set his mind to.
Absolutely.
And so when he puts his mind towards connecting immigration, an underserved population of migrant workers, countries in need, leveraging his own skills, experiences, and knowledge, and he says that this thing is going to move forward and it's going to impact the world, I believe him
I
wholeheartedly.
believe him too. And I think millions of people are believing him in this moment. So it's exhilarating to be part of this movement, because by now it's not even a company anymore, but really it's a global movement. So with that, I know that you are flying somewhere right now. I don't want you to lose your flight. I look forward to get together all with the Joblio team again, and see you soon. Thank you so much.
It's always great to see you, Valentina. You're effervescent, and I appreciate the time that you put into this. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good flight.